And we have talked with MMRS in reference to some of the information that you all are required to fill in order to complete this process. And we're hoping that they will make some changes to the screens and your required information. But we have not yet gotten a response from them as to what they're gonna do in reference to it. But for now, I think we had talked about if you can go here and you can search, you can look for it. If you cannot find it, I guess you will have to contact your program analyst in reference to getting your ID in order to complete the process. Because the screens that you see that are in red, the blocks you see in red are required information and you will need it. But once you get the ID number, you will have it from then on is the kind of the stand that MMRS has on it. And so with all of the problems that they have right now in the system and trying to handle them, that's kind of low on their totem pole for getting fixed for us. So we're not sure if they'll actually modify it. But we have requested a change on it. Yes.
Should you have just one person set up to use this, or is it designed for multiple people within your jurisdiction, agency, whatever it is?
Now that is kind of left up to you and for you all to decide how many you want to have access into your system. If you need more than one person to have those abilities, you can request it.
I've done that. We have several users. We each have to have their own password.
Right. Everyone will have their own password and ID. You should not share.
Are they
But
set up to do the same things within the system, or can you just?
being that your process is really limited to creating an application and the claim, that should be the only access you should have. And that's why I stated also, even though you see agreement and you may see some other things on that screen, you really don't need to go into those areas. It's gonna be a problem, okay? I saw another hand.
I'm looking at it from the external side, and I had her to go on to Program ID and do a search, and it's showing what I thought it would show, and that's another issue that we're gonna have. It shows every program ID.
It's all stated.
It shows all we clicked on highway safety, but it shows all
Everybody
program
that's
IDs.
associated with highway safety. So, these are things that we have been dealing with this new system. It's not just the grant side. We had the same problem in the finance side when it came to us coming live. We saw information in there that everyone should not have access to. So we're hoping that we've reported the problem to them and that they will get it fixed.
Through our office, each of you have program managers. We're all getting trained, and we're going through multiple trainings also, and we will assist you more based on who your program manager is, okay? But we can set up based on the need, okay? And we're working on that. What we need to do is make sure that we have the right information to assist you, okay? Now, as we step through this, these fields, the ones that you say are pertinent to you, that is mandatory that you fill out. But all this is important. Now, we have went through here and we did it multiple ways. We started putting descriptions in, and as we went down, what we could fill in, we filled in. If you see no box next to it, then all those are identifiers that something you can name. You can put in that field the description that you're sending in the application field. Now, once that get to us, that will change, because we have to put another code in there, okay, that identify all the way through the system. There are going to be numbers that are going to pop up here in a minute. But we're thinking that all you have to do is do these fields and send it in, and that's it. But we truly do not know at this moment. So let's click on this box. What you have is a Bolinga application here, search criteria with search criteria based on the need. Now this is where we are kind of confused at, because once we put in something pertaining to you, something that you may know, identify. It's new, like a description, a program ID, a service organization program. Well, you can click any of these fields here. Let's click this one right here. And it comes down with the list. Now, this is Patricia's, this is what we use. And these are agencies. What you will have, it may be something different. We don't know that at this moment. She getting the same thing? Okay, well, we don't want to say that you're going to get the same thing because you would not know what to put on here, okay? But we're thinking that what I'm saying is that I don't know if this window would be on yours, okay, for the application. But if it is, highway safety, 50,128. You see public safety again, Department of Justice, public safety others. This is the Office of Highway Safety right here. And we click on it. Yep. And then what we do a search. Now this is what you're seeing. Okay? Under this tab here, this information right here is listing everything out based on who you are, where you are. Driver's ed, OP, traffic, and so on. And that is what they would do. But this program ID is your program, where you'll find your program ID, a program ID based on your information. But let's go back up to the Bowling. This right here is telling you and just like program description, if that's not what you're looking for, you can do a drop down and make it whatever you're familiar with. And it should tie into what you're looking for if you do not have any of those fields. If you do not know these, you can click on any one of these, and this stuff right here will come up, okay, and help you search. But let's go in, and we're going to say, let me digress a minute, because you really need to know this. You see where this is? Is a direct indicator that you know exactly what to put in these fields. That's what is. But in the Bowling, you can come down and drop down and say it can start with something or it contains something that you may be familiar with. And when you put that information in, and then you click go, then you come over here. And you can add in what it is, what you think it is. It contains something. You put it in this field, and then you search. And that'll happen with every last one, and works the same way. That's Bowling. Down here, and we're just going to click on one of them. Let's pick on this one right here. Now, did you see what happened? Did anybody see what happened? What happened? All right, I hear something on the side. What about this side over here? What happened? Okay, you are ahead of the game. What happened back there? Did anybody see that? It populated. It populated the information. Look what populated. Program ID, post and date, service organization, that'll be us, and the start date that you put in. The start date that you put in. It'll let you know your status, initial, and if you hit that drop down window, initial and open, and as you go through this is going to be very important. As you click initial, you put initial information in. Once you go to release it or save it, it's gonna give you some different statuses. So again, you have to pay attention to these drop downs, ranking and the application. You see your congressional districts. You might not know you're sending all that, but we use the congressional district. And the best part of this is what you're hoping to learn is where I put my money at. So I can send it to the Office of Highway Safety. Remember, we're under what? New application. as you do your application, and most of you will not do any of these applications this year because we've already done those. But coming FY16, for FY17, you will be doing this again. So we're gonna have a lot of training in between that to help you get there. So don't panic. But take a look at here. Very important. As you do this application, you got required, eligible, and authorized. Okay? And when you get into these systems, under the application process, it's going to be what you think you should have, what you want. You know that big number you need 5 people, but you think, well, I think they're going to cut me, so let me say I need 8 people. And you throw that big number in there. Well, when it get to us, we're going to look at that based on your historical data and how you perform, and we're going to say, no, they need 2. I don't know where they get 8 from. But those numbers will change. But what you request and what you will be eligible for and authorized in that application is what will be on the grant. That grant information will come through back to you through email. Now, let's get to the guts of this. And let me show you. In the attempts of magic, magic is designed to eliminate time lags, eliminate paperwork, eliminate mail couriers, not to take them out, but to take this opportunity to speed up the process. That's what the initial outcome of this magic system was. And therefore, Magic believed that it will help you in the reimbursement process, the agreement process, application process. That is what we're hoping for.
I just wanted to add to that. Yes, those are the dreams of Magic. Right now, we're not living into them, but we're hoping that once we work through some of the problems in the system that we will get there. But right now, the process is very slow. Some in which because we're learning it, some in which because the system is not working in which the way we thought it was going to be designed to work. So we're just asking that you be patient with us right now as we try to go through this process, and if it's something that we can do to assist you as you deal with the problems as Magic come up for you, let us know, because we're here to assist you if we can, as well as it will help us to know the problems that you're dealing with so that we can try to work through them with the MMRS staff as well. One thing I wanted to point out to you and make you aware of, if you look here, as he was taking you through the process, you notice you're going to be getting messages. One is right here. If you see something red on the screen, that means you have a problem, okay? There's an error that you must fix before you can complete this process. Now, if the color that you see is yellow, then that means that's just a warning. You can look at it, you can view it, and you can understand what it is. If you're okay with the warning that it's giving you, you can proceed with yellow. And of course, the green means you've done a wonderful job and you're free to go and process your document, okay? But those are just some, as we said, driving instructions that Magic has provided for us. If it's giving you a warning, like I say, it should give you a message. This error should also give you a message as to where the problem is on the for you to get corrected before you can proceed. The red is a hard error, and meaning you cannot proceed without correcting it. Okay. We're also looking on the Magic website, the MMRS website, in which you can go in. You can go under the Magic training link. And we'll probably try to show you that before you leave today, where you can go in and also go through some of these same steps in the training environment. As he stated, right now you're under My ID and My Access. And so, lawyer, do not save this information, okay? But those are things that will help you to learn the new system, because if you go in the training environment, you can play around and see and do different things and get familiar with it. You don't want to do that under your real access, okay? Do not try to learn and train in the system under your real ID, okay?
A lot of great information. All right, stay tuned. As you just related to this screen, all these areas, that's very important. As I told you before, as you go through these screens, you start inputting information, things will change on you very quick. So you have to have that great attention span to make sure that you're watching for these errors and making sure you know exactly your location. Very important. Now let me go back over here to this screen right here. Let's say all of a sudden I got here and I forgot what to do. Lord have mercy. Well, can anybody see the screen and tell me what in that legend column to the left will help you? Wow. Wait a minute, y'all too smart over there. All right, let me go over here. Anybody over there see what's happening up here? What did it say up there? What can help you? They gave you the answer. All right. Help Center. Help Center going to be very important for you. And as you click on your Help Center, do you want to say change it? No. Okay? These things right here. I'm going to say no. But look at what happened. I need help in what? Are we already in the system or are we creating? Creating. So therefore, I'm in the Help Center on the administration, and I want help with what? Application. When I click on application, what it would do in that screen would give you some information based on applications. So if you have problems, you have a Help Center there. Also, you perform as she stated to you earlier. Now let's go back. Anybody know where we were? All right. How are we going to get back? You see that? All right. Now, why did I not go back to that screen that had all that information?
Because you didn't say yourself.
Because who told me not to say? All right, absolutely. So let's get back on the application screen. All right, somebody help me. Where do I go from here? Okay. And okay. Now, where do I go from here? Somebody help me. Search for what? Okay, how will I do that? Okay, I don't get out my dictionary or okay. You say click on this? Okay. Okay, now what's going to, well, I don't see anything. What do I need to do? Program description? Or type? Or what? Any of them? And what's going to happen?
You're going to find what you're looking for.
Okay. If all else fail, listen to this clearly. If all else fail, wherever you see these sheets, or whatever, what we call these, Patricia? These help boxes, or these input help boxes here. Matchbox. They're called batch box. If all else fail, you go to that first. Wow. Something's going to come up. Now, if you don't know what to do from there, call for help. Now, okay, where do I go from here? I'm in highway safety, okay? But I have three, public safety. Oh, here, okay. I clicked on, okay, what I do is a number came up, so what do I do? Wow. Look at there. All this information have populated the screen. But look down here. What does that mean? More. So be careful. Sometimes, have you ever had your computer, you were looking for something, you pull up the screen, and that's all you saw? And you thought that was it? Because your screen was not populated well? Sometimes you have to scroll down to make sure you see everything on that screen. This right here may not be in the first screen, but it will give you information on all these screens. And let's click on 3. Let's see what's there. And yes, ma'am. And we'll go back. Let's pull up. Let's go back to 1. And what we're going to do, we're going to pull up that one we had before. Okay. Now, there's a populated screen. This is a 405D impaired driving. All this information right here is going to hold everything you have. This is the system here. Let me come down here. Information, payments, totals, and now we're down here to our item list. And then this item list is application forms. If there's all this information is saved, it would be attached. Any attachments that you need to send, you put it into you fax it into the Magic or scan it into the Magic system. And if you had anything in there, it would be under that collapsed field. If you had any notes, you want to put any notes or reminders, click on the notes. Okay? And the attachment, where is it? You want an attachment, URL, anywhere you put it, however you put it into the system, it can be drawn into the Magic system. That's important. And everything that you put in the system, we will see automatically. Automatically. If there's any changes to it, the change here is transaction history, case man, anything down here, partners, schedule actions, and dates. All that's very important. But as a team, and as Ms. Patty and this team have told you before, time and time again, we together can make magic happen. We need your input on what you're seeing, what you're not seeing, what you're looking for. Remember that the MMRS number, help desk, that you can call. Now that we got there and all this information here, I'm going to call Ms. Cody up, and we're going to talk about money. Okay?
I spell salary real crazy. And from right here, you would just put your requested amount that you want in salary. And this is from our side. On your side, you probably will only be able to put the requested amount in, and we will decide on what you're eligible for and what's being authorized. From this screen, you will hit the back button. The green check always means save.
And so, Renisha, the authorized amount, will we be then showed where the differences were in the requested versus the authorized?
Well, your program managers will have to probably put a note. They'll put in the note section on the first page. They can put a note on there stating what the difference is. Why is it that they've disallowed something or something? You know, it'll be strictly left up to the program managers as to how they want to handle that. Anything from a program manager?
You got a red light. Did you want to get a drop down box?
Okay, it's red because it say the claim amount line is greater than the agreement amount. So we know that their agreement is not $100,000. So you can't go in there and try to claim more than what your agreement amount is. The system is going to give you an error. It's going to give you a red error message. And scroll down a little bit, Sharon. I want to go to the attachment part so they can see where to attach it. Down here you have attachments. dealing with your claim, all of your supporting documentation, you would put it in right there under that attachment. You would click attachment, and then whatever location you have it in, you will attach it. And once you are finished, you will go back up to the status field. Right here is an initial. I don't know on your side how far that goes, but I know on our side it goes all the way to claim approved and then payment approved. On the sub-grantee side, I'm not for sure how far it will go. Maybe to open or maybe in review, possibly.
Does eligible amount change as you use? If you just say you was approved 10,000 and you used 3,
Uh-huh.
the next month would your eligible amount become 7? So you would know where you stand on your.
Yes, those numbers will change, and it'll keep a running tally. So that you'll know it'll keep a running tally as to what you will have left. Any questions about the claim form? Right now, basically, if you have access to Magic, the only thing you need to do is go in. Well, first, you need to ask your program managers what your agreement number is. Because the application part, they're already going to enter into the system. Once they give you your agreement number, the only thing you will have to do is go in, put your agreement number in, and then attach your supporting documentation. And from what they've told me downtown, once you do your part, whoever the responsible person is, whoever your responsible program manager is, they will get an email stating that your claim has been submitted, and it'll be sitting in their queue for review. And down at the bottom, go downstairs. Under change history, there's a history down there. As your claim goes through the approval process, you will be able to go in and check on the status. If your claim is sitting on one of the program managers' desks, it's going to show that it's still sitting there with them. If it has been sent on to the director for their signature, it'll show. So you will have there's a tracking system to let you know exactly what status your claim is in. And that way you won't have to call into the office. You'll actually be able to see it in Magic. Okay? Okay. Any more questions?
So we can try this upcoming month?
You have to talk to your programmatic people as to when they want you to start submitting your information into Magic.
We will send out an email once we get more information about what you can do and what you can't do. But we still want you to try to get in and just look at the system and be prepared.
One last thing before you go. I know I had mentioned, I know I had mentioned you can go on You Perform and see the training steps for it. And I want to give you that link for that, as well as give you a view of it if she'll come up real quick here. This will show you the external user steps for going in and doing the things you just saw Miss Cody walk you through as well. So the site, and I'm trying to get them to bring it up so you can see it as well. The site is http:// UPerform, UPERFORM .magic.ms.gov. And this is the training site. This is the site where you can go out and get the little printed information to take you step by step as well. What I provided you today came from the UPerform site. When you get here, you're going to click on e-learning. Under the e-learning site, we want you to go up and you can do a search in the box at the top for external user. And when you scroll down, you will see links that will give you the step-by-step process for the processes in which you need. Yes,
Writing, but you do not need your password or you, okay.
you do not. You can go straight to this link and go in for this. You can also go to the MMRS website and go under Magic, and you can find some links there as well for YouPerform. But I feel it's best, rather than going and searching, you can just have the direct link that'll take you in. Any other questions? And just remember, it's a learning curve for you, it's a learning curve for us. Don't get frustrated, we'll get there. Thank you.